All right, guys, we are back here on a Sunday, hanging out with someone who I've become friendly with over the last couple months. She popped in my life. She's somebody just really kind and very supportive, and I enjoy talking to her. She's going through some health issues as we speak, but she's pushing through, and I really appreciate and love her for that. And yeah, so we're just gonna get through this, and yeah, she's gonna share her story. So, anyway, sweetheart, would you like to tell us your name and a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Colleen Withers, and I live in Australia. And yeah, that's about it. But what did you want to know? Like how lupus affects my life, or
Well, I guess why don't you talk? I mean, like you were telling me off recording that you're going through flare ups and whatnot. So why don't you kind of tell us like what conditions you have and like how they affect you?
okay, I have systemic lupus, and I have another condition which is Sjogren's syndrome, and that's a condition where my saliva glands don't work. So therefore, it's really weird. It's they like I have to drink a lot of water, and I have no nil tear production, and so I can't cry even if I'm upset. I end up with a massive migraine, and yeah, generally impacts your life day to day, but we push on.
You push
But
on, indeed. Now, how does the lupus
yeah,
affect you?
the lupus affects me. I originally was diagnosed when I was pregnant with my youngest daughter. I had bleeding in pregnancy, and just a random doctor at the hospital said, I'll, I want some blood tests. So she ran some blood tests, and my antibodies for lupus came back as at 2,000, which is extremely high. And yeah, the rest of the pregnancy, I was in so much pain that I found it very hard to look after my other kids, but I managed to. But it was very difficult because the joint pain is very severe for lupus.
So when you have these flare ups like you're having today, it's just a lot of like, excruciating like chronic pain.
Yeah, the pain where like one more minute, if it gets one more minute of pain, you'll end up being feeling like you want to cry, but because of my other condition, I can't cry. So yeah, just basically really bad pain.
Does it happen in any particular body part, or is it all over, or is it just random?
All over. It's systemic. So it's this. It's all over, like legs, arms, back.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just all over your body. Like every joint feels like it's on fire.
Yeah.
It's really painful. Yeah.
Now, what is there anything you can do for the pain? Like you said, you're starting to feel a little
Yeah.
better. What do you do?
Oh, when I'm like this, it affects my lupus and Sjogren's affects your lungs. Even though I'm a non-smoker, I do have a lot of lung issues, and because of that, I've taken some prednisolone. I'm prescribed prednisolone. We call it prednisolone here, but it's prednisolone where you are, I think.
Right.
And that opens the airways, so it helps me breathe a little bit better. But I'm not on oxygen or anything like that. It's just a shitty thing to have.
Right.
Sorry if I can say that.
Oh, you can.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, I had bleeding in pregnancy, and they ran the test. The antibodies were quite high, very high. And that's how I came about having pregnancy lupus. But now it had changed about 10 years later to Sjogren's as well, because lupus is my primary illness, and my secondary one is Sjogren's.
Yes.
Not many people have heard of Sjogren's syndrome, and I would really like to raise awareness for it, because it's not often known, and it's not often talked about. It's like lupus is the one that everyone seems to know of or have heard of, but Sjogren's is just as debilitating, but not as much organ damage as lupus.
Now, can you have Sjogren's without lupus? Like, are they usually together?
Yeah.
Or?
Well, usually with autoimmune illnesses, they overlap.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'll get one, and then you might get one, not have another one, and then you may get one a couple of years later. But so far, I've only got two, which is a lot of people have, multiple autoimmune conditions like Hashimoto's and stuff like that.
Right.
Whereas mine's lupus and Sjogren's.
Okay.
So I'm grateful for that. It's only two things, not more.
Yeah, well, you can do, post content or whatever you want to do to raise awareness on it. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, because if you mention, sorry to interrupt, if you mention Sjogren's, people usually go, what? Never heard of it. And but if you say lupus, they go, oh yeah, of course, I know someone that has lupus. So it really needs to be made more aware to people.
Sure.
That it is a really horrible thing to have.
Yeah, no, for sure. I don't think I might have heard of it once. Like I've heard the condition once, but I never knew what it did or what it was. So
yeah, well, what it does is just with your saliva glands in my neck. Quite often, I'll get crystallized stones in my neck, and when I get them, I can only drink water. I can't actually eat because the pain is like. It's like you can't describe it. It's just too painful to eat. So you can only drink water, and the water flushes it out. Mm-hmm. So it usually lasts about a day.
Sure. Now, until you were diagnosed with that, did you ever really have any health issues before?
No.
No. Okay.
Oh, I had a bad back because I was married twice, and I have my 6 children, or they're adults now. So I had a bad back. But no other health issues before this. It was a total shock to me. I hadn't heard of it. My mother had spoken of lupus, and I'd only heard it. I'd heard of lupus, but I'd never really knew how bad it could be until I was diagnosed with it.
And isn't lupus primarily diagnosed with women?
Yeah, 75% of patients are people with lupus are women, and I think it's Afro-American. Am I allowed to say that?
African-American,
yeah, more so in that race, in that ethnic group, but yeah, more women than men, and it's really because I really researched it once I came home from the hospital after my bloods were done, and I was told that I had lupus. I researched it and I found that it's a really what it basically is. Your healthy cells in your body get attacked, thinking that your kidneys, your heart, your brain, your lungs are a foreign object, and they want to expel that object. It's crazy, but that's it all in a nutshell. What lupus is.
It attacks all your most important parts. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to go to a rheumatologist every 3 months, and I have my kidneys checked, my heart checked, and to see that there's no changes or anything like that, because it is the biggest form of causing cancer.
Mm-hmm.
it's so complex,
Sure.
but yeah,
Did you go? I mean, you might
it's not,
still, but did you go through a lot of depression when when this first all started happening?
yeah, yeah, because like imagine like I was 6 months pregnant. I I lived like in a two bedroom, uh, not two bedroom, a 2 story townhouse, and I virtually lived downstairs with the kids because the pain of going upstairs was so unbearable. I just couldn't. I couldn't do the stairs. I couldn't. I physically couldn't. Felt like I couldn't walk. I
Wow.
could walk, but I felt like I couldn't walk. The pain was so excruciating.
Mm.
But but when she was born, antibodies had crossed over to her, and um, she has fibromyalgia, which is really weird because like autoimmune illnesses change. They're very tricky. They can be one thing, and then the next minute they can turn into another type of autoimmune.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Body's a wacky place.
yeah, yeah. It's not the best, but you learn to adapt. So, like, I mean, I get a lot of eye problems, um, just styes, and because of blocked glands in my eyelid,
Mm.
and you just learn to adapt,
You do, yeah.
basically. Yeah, but some days like today are worse than others with the flare up because they come every couple of months, and when they come, they generally last about 4 or 5 days, and then they peak, and then you start feeling your normal pain.
Yeah. So what does a good day look like for you? Like, do you have any pain?
Well, I'm on medication for my pain because sometimes it's really hard. I was put on Plaquenil, which is hydrochlor. I can't pronounce it.
That's okay.
It's yeah, it's I was put on that, but I'm very susceptible to rashes, so my GP took me off. It's basically I probably about a week later because it takes 2 weeks to kick in. And because I had such a bad rash from it, he just didn't want to. He's a very good, switched on doctor. He said, no, this could, lead to more eye problems, skin problems, which I get anyway. And yeah, so I stopped taking the Plaquenil. It was originally it's for malaria, but it's also used for lupus.
Okay.
And I get what else did you want to know?
No, I was just saying, like, what does a good day look like for you? Like a
A
good a
good
good health
day
day.
is um well a good day is when I now that I fully accept that I have this illness. A good day is probably a couple of hours of not being in pain, and then I just do what I have to do,
Sure.
like as in my daily life.
Yeah. I mean, I think what you said about adapting is like the perfect thing to say because for you that
Yeah,
that is good, right? Like when I have my bad mental health, my bad eye days, it makes me appreciate my good days, even though my good days are probably bad for most
yeah,
people. They're good for me. You've learned to just live with it. You learn to adapt to your good, your normal.
yeah. I think once you do learn that there are a lot of people out there that are far worse, um, in my case, I tend to think, well, I'm still alive, I'm still showing up, I'm still getting up because I get a lot of mental health problems too, like depression and anxiety. And I had all this before I was diagnosed. I was always had anxiety, and it sort of goes hand in hand too with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're in pain, so you're gonna become a bit depressed, or a lot depressed, and then I get myself out of that depression and say, you know, this is what you've got, Colin. Get up, get out of bed, do what you've got to do, and yeah, like I said before, I've learned to adapt.
Yeah, I knew.
Like today, I haven't.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, you're good.
No, like I have a doctor's appointment today at 12:30, and the crazy part about it is that I don't drive, so have to use public transport. I've never driven, and you know, getting from point A to B is quite painful. And my doctor's a really good doctor. He's understanding. I'll send him a text saying, "I just can't make my appointment today. It's nothing. It was only for a rash that I needed to cream, and rescheduled for tomorrow," which is good because there was no way I could go out today.
Yeah.
But you know, I think you learn to live around it.
Yeah, I knew when you came into my life that there was something like special that we connected on.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You gonna say something?
I can't remember.
No, I mean just in general, just like the health. Yeah, I just mean like the health.
Yeah,
stuff,
no, you're. Yeah. I remember when I first heard your first live. Like live for me. It just came up on my For You page, and I thought, it was my story, one of how you started, your journey, and I thought, well, if this guy can, overcome the obstacles he's got, well, then surely I can.
Sure.
So you were an inspiration to me because that particular day I was very suicidal. I was just at the end of it, I think I can't take this pain anymore. And I just was really depressed, and it came on my phone, your live, and I watched it, and I thought, yeah, I can do this.
Yeah.
So you are an inspiration to so many people.
Thank you. That means a lot. It really does.
No, I truly mean that.
Oh, thank you. No, it does. It means a lot. When I met you, I knew like something, like we connected, and it was like you were very kind to me, and just I could tell you were a good person. I could tell I'm good at sensing things, and I could tell I was like, she's been through something. I didn't know what entirely. And then you eventually started sharing and all that, but I didn't know about the suicidal part. But
it was that particular night. Because you're on late, like your nights are my days.
Yeah, you're 14 hours ahead of me.
Yeah, so I just turned my phone on, and I just happened to see it, and I thought, well, because I'm a great believer in everything happens for a reason.
Sure.
We might not like that reason, but it does happen. And in this particular case, it was a good thing because it really spurred me on to not be in that mood, and to get myself out of that depressing night, which was a night that I have not quite often, but from time to time. I think anyone does with great pain. They just think, I just can't do this pain anymore.
Yeah, no, and that's kind of part of the goal of what I'm trying to do with that TikTok, is just try to hopefully keep other people alive and help them to feel better about their situation. It's not that it's worse or any better or any less, but just in general, just if it keeps somebody else alive and going, and you have a
exactly. Like I always end up smiling or laughing or commenting, and by the time I'm going off to sleep, I'm feeling a lot better. like mentally.
Mhm.
So, because like listening to people that are going through much worse than me, um, having like a happy attitude and like it goes back to adapting, like
Yeah.
making the best of a really bad situation, a health bad situation.
Hmm. So what was kind of the shift for you, like mentally, where you started to just accept all these conditions and just started to live? Like what was your inspiration then? What was the thing that motivated you to kind of to feel better about
Um,
everything?
Mainly that this is what I've got, this is what I'm diagnosed with. I'm going to have it as long as I live. It's incurable, but it's manageable. I'm going to take, the advice of my doctors, and I'm going to, I'm just going to accept that this is me. It doesn't really matter.
Sure.
That I can't, keep. But the part that I find really hard is keeping appointments with things like this. Like, you can't always. You do lose a lot of friends because everyone says, "Oh no, but you look so well," and then I think, because it's an invisible illness. I'm going to look okay, but I'm in mortal agony inside my body. Like health wise and sometimes mental wise,
Yeah.
like depression wise, and people go, "Oh, come on, we'll come and pick you up and we'll go here and we'll go there. It'll make you feel better." It won't make me feel better. What will make me feel better is just, some quiet time with my cat.
Yes. Mr. Bullet is right here, by the way, hanging out with me.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Tigger's had a rough night too.
Yeah.
I could hear him. Yeah, he's 10. He's a senior cat, so I actually got him when I first got sick, and he sort of knew. Like, I think cats have a way of knowing, or animals have a way of knowing, especially cats, and they walk that little bit slower if you're walking slow, and they're just so in tune with their owners or their loved ones.
Yeah, they're very precious.
Yeah.
For sure. They're very therapeutic and very helpful.
They are, because I find that if my back is hurting, Tigger will come and he will sit right near me, near my back. Like, they know, I honestly believe that they know, where you're hurting.
Yeah.
And he'll look at me and go, "You sad?" With that look on his face. "Are you sad today, Mummy?" "Yes, Tigger." And then he'll come up, nestle next to me, and so but I find, getting back to the part where, that I said before, you do lose a lot of friends once you become sick. They sort of drift away, and that's so.
It's unfortunate.
Thank goodness. Right. Yeah, because you can't always, go and play sport, because from an early age, I always had joint pain, and I've probably had this all my life, but just been diagnosed when I was pregnant with my daughter. And she's 29 now, my youngest daughter, and I've always, found it hard to play sport and stuff like that, and got bullied a lot at school. And just people can be so mean, kids especially.
Well, just know you always have me as a friend. I love you, so if you ever need anything, I'm around.
Yeah, thank you, Tim. Yeah.
I know we live very far away from each other, but you always have someone to talk to.
I know. I remember laughing about you saying someone spoke and said, "Do you live in Transylvania?" And you said, "No, I live in Pennsylvania, not Transylvania. I'm a vampire."
Yeah.
And that was funny. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a drink of water.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Um, yeah, there's always a
Yeah,
bunch of
I'm back.
weirdos asking random questions in the lives. It's interesting, but
I know, especially the eye ones. Like, I think, you must be the most patient person because if it was me, I probably would, you know, I'd probably have to have 100 moderators because, you know,
well,
because like with this lupus, I get a really bad rash, and lupus is actually Latin for wolf because the rash is it's across your eyes and it spreads over to your face, like cheeks, and that's why it's called lupus because
okay.
the rash looks like a wolf. And sometimes I'll catch people staring. What's wrong with your face? You know, and I'll think, just don't reply, Colin. Just
Yeah.
say, yeah, it's just a rash. You know, it's when actually you're thinking how rude.
Yeah. No, it took me a while to be comfortable with it. I used to get bullied a lot, so I used to
Yeah,
be just mortified when people would make fun of me and stare at me. But now it's like I don't care anymore because I think about it from the standpoint
yeah,
of if I can be this strong, hopefully someone else knows they can be this strong.
yeah.
And yeah,
That's true.
that's
That's
my goal.
very true. Yeah, and you do help a lot of people.
Yeah,
Well, you helped me anyway. Like get out of. Now I quite regularly watch,
I know.
the lives. I watch and your videos I've reposted all over my page.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
You're very
so
kind.
because people, as you've said it on your lives, people can be cruel.
Yeah.
They really can, and you try not to let it get to you, but it does. It does get to people that are ill or have disabilities. It does get. I mean, we're still people. We still have feelings, and
Yeah.
sometimes, think, well, probably their parents thought, hello, Tigger. he's come next to me,
Hey.
thinking, who are you talking to, Mummy? Come on. I don't know if you can hear him.
That's the hardest part about having
Tigger.
disability is just all these other things that come with it.
Yeah.
It's not just the pain and the
I forgot what I was going to say. I get a lot of speaking of brain fog, I get brain fog quite regularly.
It's okay.
It goes with the illness.
That's okay.
And you mentioned that you get brain fog a lot too.
Yes, for sure.
Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me? It's okay. We had a little technical difficulty, whatever's happening. I don't know. But
I don't know.
Yes, I don't know. But no,
I love your voice. You're so well at your one-liners. I quite often am listening to you and I laugh. I think, if he can do it, if Tim can do it, I can.
Nice. No, what I was saying
you
to
are
you,
very brave.
you couldn't hear me. I was just saying, like, that's one of the hardest part about having the disability is just all the other things that come with it. The pain, all the way people treat you and look at you. Like, it's one thing to deal with the disability itself. Like, that's hard. It's really hard. But when you actually have to deal with the world and all the scrutiny and the looks and, all that, it's makes it so much harder.
I'd like them to have, a similar thing for a day, and they probably wouldn't last the day without saying, oh, wow, man, can you take this back? It's horrible, having a disability. But, I'm just the type of person that just suffers very bad. I'm sociophobic, so I'm very, I don't really open up to too many people, so that's pretty much my personality. But since I've become sick I'm a lot more guarded because there are cruel people in this world that really, target people that have disabilities or whatever. And I don't know, I just think they enjoy putting us down.
Well, unfortunately, we're also perceived to be like the weak, but the irony is that
Yeah,
we're some of the strongest people you'll ever meet. It's just,
that's right.
yeah,
You know, um, uh, it does. It does. I feel weak at times and like really angry with myself. And well, why can't I do this? Because I've always been a really ambitious type person, and I think, well, I just have to accept the fact that I can't do what I used to be able to do. Number one, because of age, and number two, because of having, like anxiety and having lupus and Sjogren's.
yeah,
Yeah, but it's yeah,
yeah. I've said it many times. Is like the reason why I don't let anyone bother, like, have any effect on me from what they say is just they don't get up with us every day. They don't. Those people don't know
yeah,
us. They don't pull us out of bed. They don't talk us through all our problems, all our pain. So I'm not going to allow them to
no,
have any say on who I am or what I am or whatever. So it's like the world could be
or any
cruel, but
power.
yeah, they don't have any power over me because
Yeah,
they don't fight with me.
I think I've always, I've always been a kind person, but I'm not, blowing my own trumpet. But I've always, I used to do geriatric nursing, and I was always the nurse where's Colleen today where I worked. If it was my last day off, um, I would be asked. They would ask, "Where's Colleen?" She's a lot kinder than you. The other nurses would say, "Well, I don't know why you're so popular." And I said, "Well, maybe because I don't turn their buzzers off at night, so they can, so I don't have to put up with them." And maybe because I just go out of my way to be kind to them.
Yeah, I think there's a there's
Sorry.
no, it's okay. I think there's a lot of people who don't understand, like, why are you being kind? Like, what's the point? But like, there's a real reason to be
Yeah,
nice to people. It's very infectious, and
yeah,
it's so satisfying when you can put another smile on someone else's face and you can pass that
yeah,
on to someone.
yeah. I've always been an empath. Like as far back as I can remember, when I was little, my mum um, was quite. Well, she wasn't the healthiest person. She was a smoker, and she used to have a lot of problems, TV problems, um, in our family. And I remember her arm hurt once, and would have been about 5 years old. And I said, "Mum, if I put my arm next to yours, can I feel your pain?" And I thought, wow. And she said, "Wow, that's a lot coming from a little girl." And from that day on, that was always my personality. That if I could take someone else's pain away, but unfortunately, other people, not everyone in this world is like that.
No, no, for sure. It's
But anyway, on a positive, sorry,
no, go ahead, go ahead.
no, on a positive note, I do have good days, but they're very rare. But when I do have a good day, mentally and physically, I usually just well, I don't really go for a walk, but I just sit out in the sun, not direct sun, just sit out in the sun, and because the sun is the worst enemy of anyone that has lupus, it makes more inflammation. So what I'll do is I'll just go and sit outside and like in the shade, and because my cat's an inside cat, but he'll come to the door and just look at me. I sound very boring.
It's okay.
No, but I just, yeah,
No, you got to find your
that's what I
enjoyments in life.
basically do. Yeah, or I'll read a book because I really like reading, or but I'm noticing now that I'm having, I feel really bad saying this to you because you do have problems with your eyes, and I can say that because I'm not saying it in a mean way.
Of course not.
I'm starting to I get a lot of eye infections, so and that's no saliva in where eyelids, like they're very dry eye. That's what I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
And it does cause a lot of styes and things like that.
Sure.
So my reading has cut down a lot because I can't. My eyesight isn't the best at the moment, so I actually have it.
Have you thought
Sorry,
about audiobooks?
no. See, I don't have the internet at home. I only have it on my phone.
That's
I
okay.
got rid of the internet because I'm not a technical person. And when my daughter moved out, I no longer thought I needed the internet, and now I'm thinking I must get it back on so I can, because it's a lot more economical to have the internet than just have it on your phone.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. Can you get Audible in Australia? Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
So yeah, you can download Audible
Google.
in Australia. So you can download Audible on your phone, and you can listen to whatever books
Yeah,
you want that way.
yeah, that's a good idea. I never even thought of that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because because sometimes I'll read and I'll squint and my eyes will get really sore
Yeah, there's no need to do
and I'll
that.
see double.
Snuggle up with Tigger
No.
and just listen to an audiobook. It'll relax your eyes. You don't have to use
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good idea. I never even thought of that.
Yeah, and your daughter can help you set it up, and you just got to buy the book, and that's it. And
Yeah.
I think even when you sign up for it, you get like 2 or 3 free books. So
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get whatever books you want, and just relax and listen to them.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And then I can just listen and not have to strain my eyes by looking
Yeah.
at a book.
Especially on the bad days when you can't really move around as much, you can just grab a glass of water or bottle of water and just lay with your cat and just listen to a book.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a good evening.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's always a solution, but it's finding that solution, just to make life a little bit easier.
Yes, absolutely. And some people are like me. I'm trying to find the solution to all my problems, and little by little, I'll find them. But yeah,
yeah, you will.
Yeah.
I think you're incredibly brave. To have that happen when you're 4 years old, and that's why I always had a mum that my mum has passed away now. It's actually her anniversary of her passing tomorrow, so that's probably why I'm a little bit off today. Yeah, well, it was 27 years ago she passed away, but it's still like it was yesterday,
sure.
To me. And forgot what I was saying then. I quite often do that. I'll start a sentence and then
we were talking about like solving problems, and then you were going into your mom's death.
Yeah, it's completely left my mind. It will come back.
Yeah, we were talking about
happens quite
finding
often.
Solutions to problems. It's okay. No worries.
No, it'll come back.
It's okay.
Eventually, or it won't. That's what I have to. Sometimes if I start a sentence and I stop that sentence, that's when the brain fog will kick in. I'll think, what was I saying? And people say to me, "Oh, but you're getting older now. It could be the start of dementia." the cruel people. And they'll go, well, I've been like it since I was a kid. Oh, yeah, I was thinking, came to me now, like if you could, what I was think, what I get from your lives and your story is that, to have that happen at such a young age, at 4 years old, it must have been so hard for you. I was thinking, well, if you can do it, I can do it. I can, because mine disability isn't defined by me. I'm not defined by my disability.
Sure.
That's it.
Right.
And but I think I've come to the stage, but when I'm having a bad anxiety day, that I just basically think, okay, it's not the best day. I'm not perfect. I'm going to just kick back and just let it flow.
Yeah. If you can't control it, what do you?
Because
you just got to find a way to deal with it.
No. Yeah.
And manage.
Because yeah. Because I used to get a lot of panic attacks, and what I would do was I'd try to analyze, why am I getting these, and then once I sort of worked through my trauma with the help of counselling, because my grandmother was murdered when I was 5, and I think it all stemmed from there. It was a devastating thing to happen to a child, to find that out, that your grandmother's been murdered and you're only 5 years old, and you're not told anything in those days. You just told Nana's dead, she was murdered, and that's basically all I was told. And I think I think that started, a lot of trauma for me, like anxiety is going to happen to me, a lot of fear of going out, and
yeah.
I think that's what, now I'm thinking of it, I think that's what, like things that happen in people's lives usually come from a past experience that they've may have completely forgotten about, but it's still there.
Yeah, of course. We're just slowly unpacking it throughout our lives.
Yeah. And but having this medical condition, I think to myself, okay, it sucks, I've got it, and I've had it for like 29 years, properly diagnosed probably 16 years ago with the Sjogren's, that I'm going to have it for the rest of my life, and suck it up. I've got to, I can't just stop living because I have a mental and physical health problem. Do you ever feel like that?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
You get stuck, and
because you live with pain, don't you, a lot?
Yeah, and sometimes it spirals mentally where I'm just like, I'm done dealing with this, and there's just always something that pulls me back and just says, you just gotta go, you gotta keep going, like even if you don't want to.
Yep.
And there's days.
Yep.
There's days where I show up when I'm on live and I don't even want to be there, but I'm there because somebody
I know.
could be helped.
That's like this morning. I've been up half the night in here, Tigger. I've been up half the night, and when you rang me or voice messaged me this morning, I thought, no, I can't do this. I feel like crap. And I thought, no, I can. You're a nice person. I'm not going to.
Thank you. You didn't have to do it tonight, but
I'm not going to bail. No, and it was good for me too, because it sort of makes me have the realization that I can. That I can do things. I can.
Yeah, and it's a distraction.
Yeah.
Distraction.
You always make me laugh.
And it's positive, at least you're talking to a friend. someone who cares and understands
Yes.
for you.
Yeah. 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 That's what I was. It's partly come back to me. With do you mind if I ask? With your eyes,
Mm-hmm.
it was like, I know that you said it was from an allergic reaction to a penicillin, I think.
Amoxicillin, but yeah, it's in the family of penicillin.
Yeah, yeah. I had a mum, that's what I was thinking. I had a mum that was very switched on. She was always very careful, about, she questioned everything, like, you know, she
Sure.
would even question our doctor, do you know what you're doing? And it was quite embarrassing at times, but she'd say, and I'm like that too. And she always said, like, don't take medication, but I every time I take medication, I get the same feeling that, am I going to be allergic to it? Because you can be allergic to medication, as you know, at any time of your life, at any stage of your life. And when I was taking this Aspirin, when I came out in that really bad rash, like it was arms, legs, everywhere, and my doctor stopped it because he's quite good in his field. He said, like, if you get a rash, if you notice a rash, stop it immediately. And I noticed the rash virtually probably about 4 hours later, and I stopped it immediately because my biggest fear is that I'm going to have an allergic reaction. So I have a lot of phobias.
Yeah.
And that's always been my biggest phobia. But
Yeah.
yes, I get it.
When you have health issues
Yeah,
too, you tend to be afraid of other things that could affect your health.
yeah, that's right. Or could, yeah. Okay then. So, is there anything else you wanted to know about my mental condition, my health condition?
No, I just wanted to talk to you and
I've got my little notes here.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah. No. I didn't have anything written down or anything. I just wanted to pick your brain and just talk to you and just have you tell your story. I know you go through a lot, and I appreciate you as a friend and I care for you. So I just want people to hear your voice.
Tim. Thank you. Even though my accent is probably really weird.
No, you're not the first Australian I've had on. You're probably like the 5th person from Australia.
Oh, that's good.
No, your voice is perfectly fine.
Great. So I thought, oh no, laryngitis.
No, you sound fine, and you're pushing through pain, and you're doing really good for all that you're enduring right now.
Yeah, and that's all any of us can do, I suppose, is just be ourselves and beat to our own drum, as my mum would say, and do the best that we can with what we've got.
Sure. I mean, I talk to hundreds of people every day, and there's certain people that stand out, like you, that I'm like, wow, I really like this person.
Oh, thank you.
I care about this person. I want to be their friend. So
thank you.
You're welcome.
That's nice. It's probably the same way here. There were very few people that I'll even listen to or like on the internet, but your story really got to me when that one where you explain how, when it started, why it started, how you cope, and I thought, oh, how sweet, in a weird type of way. I thought, oh, how sweet, he's staying so positive with such a, difficult situation that, I'm going to watch these lives. And then I continued to and reposted every video. That's probably why, a lot of people, everybody, and I've put it on the couple of groups that I'm in, because I find that the groups that can be very nasty, And, certain groups, when, it's like it's a competition, who's the sickest.
Oh
And
yeah.
I tend to steer away. Yeah, I tend to steer away. I've got this, I've got 11 autoimmune illnesses. And I've got 12, I've got 13, I've got this, that, and that, and I say, oh, well, I've got two.
Hmm.
And that two's enough.
It's not a
Two's too
competition.
many. Yeah, it's not a competition. We're not in this, situation because we want to be. We just happen to have fallen into this situation, and people have, so I've dropped out of a lot of groups. So I really only come into your lives now
Thank you. I
because they're always
appreciate that.
funny. Yeah, they always make me laugh. So I think, yeah, remaining positive, and when you're at your lowest point, surrounding yourself with people that understand you and that respect the fact that you're not going to always be the life of the party because you're feeling like crap, and they're the people that I really surround myself with, which is very few.
Yeah, me too. I hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's my cat, now that I've found you on the internet, and yeah, that's about it. People go, "Oh, don't you mix with people?" And I go, "Yeah, I mix with nice people."
Mhm. Nice
And
people
I
and
don't
cats.
really bother. Yeah, nice people and cat.
I like it. But yeah.
But
But no, I was just gonna say I'm gonna wrap up here, but I really appreciate you coming
yep,
on. Um,
thanks, Tim.
I really hope you get the Audible app so you can start listening to books.
Yeah, I will.
If you need any help, just let me know.
Today, I think my daughter's. Yeah, yeah. I'm on this field. I hate asking for help. I'm fiercely independent, but certain people I can ask for help if I trust them.
Sure.
I trust you, so
Oh, I
that's
appreciate
fine.
it. If you
But
need if you need
yeah,
anything, I'm around.
my daughter's coming over.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and my daughter's coming over today, so I'll get her to help me download them. Okay, then, Tim. Really nice to talk to you.
Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate you very much.
That's okay.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
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 All right, guys. I don't know if you don't love her, I don't know what to tell you because she's just a sweetie puss. She's awesome. Just a kind person. She just makes you feel good about people. Gives you hope, Just a strong, kind person. And yeah, I appreciate her so much. Anyway, guys, Bullet's here. We're about to pack it up and go to bed, or at least lay down. I'm going to listen to the basketball game and just chill. I'm tired. I'm always tired, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it. I hope you're all well. Hope you're all in good health. And I love you guys so much. And I will see you guys next week, all right? Take care of yourselves. Bye, guys.